Hello, Renee Flamont here, still talking about narcissism, and I'm glad you're still listening. When we talk about how we get ensnared with the narcissist, we've discussed this a lot. It can be that you are an empath, codependent, you're leaving a bad relationship. There are things about us that can make us primed and ready to be their target to come after us. They see that you're going to respond the way that they want. They know that you're going to accept everything that they throw at you. But I think in my case, I don't know, I've realized this in life, even from reading other people's stories. I think that if you had a picture in life of how things were going to go, and the picture that you had in life eluded you, I think that you're more likely to respond to someone that comes at you so dramatically. In other words, let me explain, okay? When I was younger, I think I thought I was going to be a lawyer or a banker. I think that was always my thing that I think I was going to go. But I didn't have like a white picket fence, marriage, children, white dress, wedding book under the bed in 8th grade. I didn't do any of that. I just didn't. Never did. But I did assume, judging by my Italian side, my French side, Catholic on both sides, families everywhere, I think it was built in inherently that I would have that I would grow older and find that. And I did. I was married. I have a wonderful child. I have a great ex-husband. That's all well and good. It's long over, but I did it. I found it, whatever. But I guess I always thought that I would again. I guess I always thought I would again. I grew up in a very small community, Rhode Island. I live in Orlando now the past half of my life, 27 years. But in Rhode Island, it's a very family-oriented place. Everyone, all of my friends, they're married with children. I guess I thought I would find it again, right? As you're going through life. So now your picture adjusts. You got a divorce. Who wants a divorce? Nobody signs up for marriage to get a divorce. But I did. Okay, so then you go through life, you move through life, and your picture changes or readjusts. When the picture, whatever your picture is for yourself in terms of relationships, when it eludes you, it can be a little jarring. And I think that when that happens and you're disappointed maybe in how things, didn't go, then we grab. I think we grab at the first bit of attention that happens to be the stellar performance of a serial love bomber, and we really didn't know what end is up. Because I didn't know anything about narcissism when I encountered the narcissists, plural, that I had over the last 10, 15 years. Didn't know anything about them. Didn't know people lie, cheat, and steal to be with another human. I just didn't understand that. I didn't understand the concept of it. So I was primed and ready. But I think, even though I had no idea these kinds of people existed, even if I did know they existed, I'm not sure that I would have seen it coming at me without the extensive understanding and education that I have now taken on. Because you want the picture. You want the picture. We all do. When I say you, I mean me, you, everyone. Everyone. I think the ultimate goal for people, for humans, is to connect with another human. Just because I'm comfortable being alone, and I've learned to love being alone over the last 15 years, and I've learned to be very happy being alone, does not mean I wouldn't want to pair up with someone in a healthy way. Of course I would. Everyone, I think, eventually would. Now, there could be people saying, oh no, never again, me, never again. Okay, that's fine. And that's fine. So you're going to remain protected if you stay in a cocoon, your own cocoon like that. I'm not going to do that to myself. Not because of the bad experience of the narcissist. No way, they're not going to win. No way. No way. But I think to get back to that, when the picture eludes us, then we're so open to, okay, so universe, bring me anything. I guess I'm not getting what I envisioned. If you were somebody to have the wedding book under the bed and all of this, or even if you're in your 40s and you have a picture in your head of how it's going to go and it's not going that way, that's when we got to be careful, because they can come in as a love bomber, and you don't realize they're doing that, because who would? Who would do that to a person? Like, who would do that to a person? A narcissist would. And who would sleep after? Well, even a narcissist would. There are many people that would come in, love bomb you, and they will take advantage of you if you've been coming off a bad relationship, and they see that your vulnerability is shaky, and they see that your belief system is shaky, and people just don't talk about this. It's a disorder. Why I started this channel. It's a disorder. So there are people that will prey on vulnerable people. And if you in life right now are sitting there and you're saying, you know what, things aren't working out the way I pictured. The picture that I had in my mind is eluding me daily. I'm getting older with every breath. I'm getting frustrated. I'm growing impatient as to whether or not I'm going to find my guy or girl or life or job or whatever. Somebody can come along very easily, if you're not careful, and prey upon that. Tell you everything that you want to hear. Paint a picture for you. They call it future faking. They'll paint a picture for you that is exactly the picture you pictured, only to never give it to you. And what they do is they mirror off what you say you wanted, or for what you, in the getting to know stages, you're in the course of conversation, we release what we picture, what we want in a person. And I've tried to do when I've dated in the past. I'm not going to tell anybody anything. I'm just going to see what they are and see if they're for me. It comes out in conversation what you want your guy or girl to be. And the narcissist will make themselves like a shape shifter from a supernatural TV series. They will shape shift into exactly what you've said you wanted. So they will bring your picture to you so that you think, oh my God, I thought my picture eluded me, but nope, here it is. Boom, you're in their trap. Because now you're going to hold on to the truth of the love bombing phase. You want that to be true so bad. You've waited for it. You wished for it. You've dreamed for it maybe. Things people go through, and they just really want that relationship, and they really want to get married, and they really want to find someone, and they put their all. I've known women that put their all into it. And when the narcissist sees that that's that important to you, that makes us very easy to fall into their trap. And they see it. They can sense it. They can smell it a mile away. So if you are in the position that you're finding that your picture has eluded you, maybe it's time to change your picture. We all get older. We adjust. My picture right now isn't the same as when I was little. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a banker. I've gone through whatever I've gone through. Now I'm 53, and whatever I go through forward now, I'm readjusting my picture. You have to readjust your picture as you get older if things didn't work out quite the way that you wanted. If romantically your picture hasn't worked out, and you're like, ugh, I've been married twice, I'm not going in again. I know someone that's on their third marriage, and guess what? It's over 30 years, and they are blissfully happy. It took 3 times, though. Over 30 years, blissfully happy. So I guess, and that wasn't that person's picture. They didn't picture getting divorced twice. Of course they didn't. They adjusted their picture, and they're blissfully happy. I think if we adjust our picture, we won't be so easily falling victim to someone that comes along and love bombs us like a narcissist will. Because if you are in a healthy state and you've adjusted your picture and you think, okay, well, I'll find a relationship eventually. I'll meet my person. and you're comfortable moving through life alone and you have your job and your children and whatever, they're not going to get in because you're going to recognize the love bombing. I think we've learned enough now about love bombing that we can recognize it. And you might say, well, how do I know the difference between a narcissist trap of love bombing and somebody that really comes along and is genuinely trying to tell me about his feelings or her feelings? You can decipher, oh my God, if they are proposing marriage by the second date and asking you for your ring size. Now you might say, well, that exists. People have love at first sight, and I knew my aunt and uncle married on the second week and they've been together 60 years. Okay, those things can happen, but are they the regular happening in life? You meet someone, you have a meeting of the minds, you have a lot in common, you're feeling healthy up here, you sense that they are as well. They seem genuine. They're not coming on wicked strong. That is a tactic narcissists use to get you in their trap. So if that's happening, it could be a red flag to avoid getting in their trap. But just keep an eye on that. And if you have had a certain picture in your life, your whole life, and you're waiting for it, and I think sometimes if we adjust our picture just a little bit, it can keep us safe from falling victim to a narcissist trap. You got to get your strength back in your mind and say, you know what? Things didn't work out this way. I'm going to go for this way. Either way, you keep yourself first and you are your priority. And children if you have them. Everything else is after that. Chin up.